Okay, there it goes. Now it's streaming.
Okay. Hey.
Yeah, there we go. Alrighty then.
It's a process.
Yeah, we're still learning.
What an intro.
All right. So, welcome to the Anime Mystics podcast. I am Roman.
I'm Steven Sonosuke-sama.
And, well, it's been a little bit. Last time we recorded we tried to record a whole session, and it didn't broadcast, so we lost it.
Rip.
It sucked, but, you know, it was still a good discussion.
Yeah.
Too bad you guys missed it.
You guys will never know. And I forgot about it anyway, so yeah. But, yeah.
Yeah, I don't forget things like that, unfortunately. Where I'm like, oh, God, I hope we don't mess... Because I'm always like... The next time, I'm like, oh, God, I hope we don't mess it up again like last time. And I'm going to record this time, too, so we don't lose it if something happens. And so, yeah, we're recording and we're going live. So,
yeah. There's backups.
Yeah, that way we don't lose the whole thing. I think I might turn this off.
Yeah, go for it.
Which way do we turn?
Left to right.
So, that way?
No, the other way. Yeah.
Now I'm going to turn it around.
Yeah.
There we go.
Awesome.
Okay. It's not that hot anymore.
No. Compared to the weekend.
Yeah, the weekend sucked.
Yeah.
Today is not that bad. Yesterday wasn't so bad either.
No, yesterday was definitely cooling down.
Yeah, but it's supposed to get warmer now, so...
Oof.
At least until Friday, then it's going to go back to the 60s. At least that's what my weather thing says. Who knows? By then it'll probably be in the 80s.
Means beach episodes.
Yep. Get to see us in our swimsuits.
Having those awesome high school adventures that I've read about in all my shonen mangas.
Right. Oh, God. All right. So, you got your whole process done now, huh?
Yeah. So, speaking of that, and we were talking a little bit before we started here. I had a nice meeting with a friend on Saturday. Because when I had told her when I had first applied, I wanted to talk to her because she has studied in Japan both as a student and as a English instructor, as an English teacher. So she's got how to live out there and make it work. And so I brought my notebook and I just drilled her for 3 hours about all different things, like what's appropriate behavior, where to shop, how to go be a weeb, how to attend events, where can I get student discounts.
How often can I expect to fall into a girl's chest?
Yes. Yes. Does it really happen that often? Funny enough, I told her that, because we were just talking about the greatness of konbini, of the convenience stores, and I told her, that's going to be our isekai title. I am a convenience store worker in another world. And it's going to be like a family mart that gets transported. The whole family mart gets transported into the fantasy world. And so it's just like dude and a chick. And it's just like all the daily like adventures come through. And it's like, the guy that's like level 1 and that's the pilot is like, they're just like inexperienced. They're like, oh, wow, what is this place? And they're like, we're a konbini. We sell everything. No, you don't. Want this sandwich? Oh, and then the sandwich is amazing. And then, later on, then you get the comedy relief because it's like, that's the legendary warrior Gerald. Oh, and he's like, ha, what is this place? We're a konbini. We sell everything. No, you don't. How can you power me up? Here's a Red Bull. Ah!
Red Bull.
So that was our idea. So it's going to be, I work in a convenience store that's been transported to another world.
I think in an anime, it would probably be a blue bison.
There you go. See, there you go. To avoid the copyright, you're right.
Yeah.
So this is the man that's read a lot of 100 Girlfriends. He knows how to make the parodies. And that's what it is. And then you could even do that. You started out by them already being in place and everyone kind of familiar. Like the adventures are all just kind of already familiar with the konbini from another world, and they just kind of play it off. And it's like, oh man, I'm so glad I killed that notorious monster. 2 onigiri, please. So, and then all of that.
Now, would there be episodes of the people going to restock their store? Like, how would they do that?
Absolutely. They can definitely go to the local village and all that, but they're going to have to keep their uniforms on. So, they still have the striped patterns of, like, Family Mart uniform.
Right.
So, or, like you said, I guess it would be the, what would be a good one? It would be the store group. So instead of Family Mart, we'll call it store group. The store group store. Or 613 instead of 7-Eleven.
Yes.
So. Or it'll be the local, like, Square Q instead of Circle K.
Square Q.
So, I like that, actually, because it's kind of like Square Enix.
Oh, yeah.
Squaresoft. See, it just writes itself. I'll bet you we can get published by Kotoku.
Probably. I mean, they have a market on the Isekai series.
They're planning to get 45 out there a year.
That guy.
But, I did ask her, too, about that. I said, what if I want to go and work part-time? And there is the name of the form. I got to pull it up, though, because it is the most Japanese-sounding form that the university had told me I need to pick up at the airport if I'm interested in traveling.
You have to pick it up at the airport?
At the airport, because you know that at the airport, when you're going through customs, they have, like, a station where they have all the forms. Like declaration, immigration forms, and all of that. Right. So there's a form, and this is the most Japanese title I've ever heard. And this is what the university counselor or advisor told me. They were like, yes, if you want to work part-time, you need to get the application for permission to engage in activity other than that permitted under the status of residence previously granted.
With my mom.
And her 2 hit attacks. Don't you hate it when the title just tells you the whole plot?
Yeah, that definitely sounds like a light novel title.
Yeah. And when I say it's the most Japanese thing, I mean it's like super specific. It has no negotiation. There's no getting around it. That's what you can do. That's what you need. This is how it's going to be. That's what I mean when I say it's the most Japanese thing ever. It tells you explicitly, instead of saying, like an American form would just be like, application to work part-time on visa. That's it, Yeah. Instead, this one specifically tells you that if you're a foreigner and you're on another kind of visa, you need specifically this piece of paper so that you can accomplish this specific task. And if you're trying to do something else, then you need to go get the other form with your mom. Unfortunately, though, she did say, though, that if I want to work at Family Mart, they might make me lop off the facial hair. She said, if you want to remain a student, then that's fine. I mean, nobody's going to really care about that. But if you want to go work part-time, you're probably going to have to trim it all off. And I was like, okay, that might be a deal breaker then. Knowing me, though, I'd probably suck it up and just lop it off. Knowing me. Yeah. Especially after 3 months of being over there, it'll probably be like, yeah, that extra money's looking mighty nice.
Yeah.
But I get to live my fantasy of working in a Japanese konbini at 8 o'clock at night. My dreams come true.
Congratulations.
Yeah, thank you. However, she did say too, alternatively, you could always be an English tutor. And so I said, okay, you got to explain to me what this means, because when you tell me be an English tutor, I'm thinking like quintuplets. Like, it's me, I'm a dude, I have a test or these notes, and I'm giving them to students, and I'll be like, here, you got to, like, study this. And she's like, not exactly. What it is you do a man-to-man biwa. And so what it is it's more like you in a conference room and with a bunch of salarymen, and you just have conversations. And I was like, okay, so you're saying that we go into a conference room, and of course it's after business hours because they do this after they get off work.
Yeah.
And then they're all like, okay, gentlemen, today the topic is tourist attractions in San Francisco. So then I start the conversation with, one of the things you can do as a tourist in San Francisco is visit the Golden Gate Bridge. And then I pass it on to Mr. Tanaka. And then Tanaka-san, he picks it up or continues the conversation in English. And so it's like, I would like to go to the Golden Gate Bridge. What bus do I get on? Like that.
Yeah.
And then I answer, it'd be like, you can take the 43 bus till the Folsom exit or the Folsom stop. And then the next guy continues the conversation or Tanaka-san continues the conversation. So, and then it goes like that. And I was like, okay, that's completely different. I thought it was going to be like Bokuben, we never learn, and everyone's going to be retarded, and we're going to get into antics.
You use the R word. Wow.
Yeah.
No.
Only because I don't know what's the Japanese equivalent for retarded. But I mean, they are. And, you know, that goes for the girls from quintuplets, too. And you know I love quintuplets. They are pants on head dumb. So, and again, it was so funny that they came out in the same year. Like, what, like a season apart? Like, quintuplets
like
was
that,
first and then Bokuben.
Yeah, because I remember quintuplets came out and I didn't watch that.
Yeah.
And then I watched Bokuben.
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, I'll just stick with this.
Yeah. But then quintuplets became like what top 10 anime of all time. It was like, well, okay.
Yeah, and then they rushed to the ending of Bokuben for whatever reason.
It's true. If my cat falls, I'm going to be very upset. But yeah, and so that was pretty fun. And so I was like, okay, that's not bad. So when I actually applied for this process, I took an English proficiency test.
Yeah.
Which I wasn't even sure if I needed to do because I don't know if I was exempt because I came from an American university. So they were like, it was, again, very Japanese, where it's like, it tells you one thing, then right immediately after it contradicts itself, but then it goes back and contradicts the contradiction. So now I'm just like, you know what, fuck it, I'm just going to take the test and be safe. And so that's what I did. I did an English proficiency test, and one of the things they did was literally that, where they were like, we're going to give you a topic, and you just need to have a conversation on this topic for 5 minutes and have it make sense. And I was like, sure, I can do that. I mean, I could do it for 50 minutes. And so they just, you know, they were like, okay, go. And then you record yourself, you're talking, and after a certain amount of time, the prompt comes up. They're like, okay, you can stop now unless you want to keep going. And so I went on for a whole other minute just to really send it on home. But I was like, yeah, if this is what I got to do, it's like, that's not bad. So that might be something else to look into. So those are my two, sounds like my two part-time options.
Yeah, okay.
But, you know, I have other stuff, too, that I want to do as well, like go see what's up with the State Department and the embassy and all of that. I mean, that would be perfect. That would be ideal, considering my background now. But, you know, starving student, take what I can get. Comic Get doesn't pay for itself, you know.
Right.
So, and I am going to give Roman all the Carmilla dojins I can find, because I think there you go.
Yeah.
And by Carmilla, I actually just mean Liz. Okay.
No.
Okay.
That'll get you cut off. You'll be messaging me, and I'll be like, block.
Just gonna burn him like in Princess Connect with Yukuka.
Yeah, burn all her dojins. I just found these. I don't know where they came from.
They're like this. Those are rare limited edition Liz dojins. You can't buy those anywhere else. Get back to work. When he was walking away. Oh man. But yeah, you know, and it's interesting too because Comic Hit Summer is going to start. I think end of this month, maybe mid next month. I know that they just announced all their booths, so everybody was getting their booth assignments. So, you know, this is another, you know, insert your anime trope about missing the approaching crunch.
My deadline.
Yeah. FGO Servant Fest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Got to get it to the printer.
Yeah.
So they can send it to the past and have it printed today.
Yeah. The world's on fire. Let's go to Hawaii and make dojo. Yeah. And then, yeah, it's that'll be fun. You know, and then I also did ask her too about holidays, and I know for sure that it sounds like New Year's and Golden Week seem to be like the two big ones, but it does sound like Christmas Eve and Christmas Day you get off over there.
Yeah.
But then you're back at work until New Year's.
So for a week.
Yeah, because then on New Year's, you know, you get that week off.
Yeah.
So it's like New Year's Eve, New Year's Day, and then I think everything goes back to normal like on the 4th, around there. So, and then she was telling me that that's all the events and all of that, all the New Year's specials on TV, the Don't Laugh Challenge. Did you saw those, right?
For what, Japanese Don't Laugh Challenge?
Yeah, the Japanese Don't Laugh with the comedy troupe.
I did not.
Okay. So there's my roommate. So she lives next door over there. She was the one who first showed him to me. And there was an episode. God, this was almost in the 90s.
Oh, wow.
There was an episode where they were like, and they're a comedy troupe. And so basically it's like it's a Batsu game.
Okay.
So they put them in all these scenarios, they do all these things with them, and obviously you can't laugh. And if you laugh, you get some sort of a punishment. Sometimes it's like you have to drink a nasty drink. Sometimes you just get hit. Sometimes you get like slapped with something or whatever. It's literally and no smirk, no grimace, no nothing. You got to be stone faced. And so and shockingly, it was like the same guys too. There was an episode, I might show this to you afterwards and link it in the Discord, of 10-year-old Aoyuki coming in acting like she was a Yakuza mob boss. So she came in, dude was like carried her on her shoulders, and then she's just like, you laughing? You piece of shit? And then she's all like, where's my juice? And the dude's all like, I need to go get it. And then she's like, stop talking! And she kicks the dude. And the guys were like, what the fuck? It was literally, and what's so funny is she still has like Aoyuki's face, and she still has the Shuten Doji haircut. Oh, like, wow. Even when she was like 10 years old, she had the Shuten Doji haircut. Like, that's just her signature. And I was like, dude, she's been a shitlord ever since. I'm just going to pull it up really quick. So, yeah, there it is. Seiyu Aoyuki, age 11. So you can see her kicking the dude right there. Yeah. So because she just comes and she just sits on the dude. It's all like, you're my head or you're my leg rest. So for 2010. So you the future of the Downtown Comedy. Downtown is the name of their acting troupe. 2003. Yeah. So she's like what now? 29, 30, 31 around there. But yeah. So she was 11 years old. So she's born 92 then. She was born 92. She's 11 in 2003. My cat agrees. Yeah. But yeah. So their show is on they air their like New Year's special. But yeah. And so I immediately thought you can see too her haircut. Yeah. She still has the Shuten Doji haircut. But yeah, man. So that and no, excuse me. So that's the thing, and then she told me about the Christmas, think like Rental Girlfriend's Christmas episode and all that. So, and then she goes that like the scarf thing is a real thing. Like she goes like there's the giant tree that goes up in Shinjuku. Yeah. And so then the couples will come and they'll like wrap themselves in their scarf, make it all lovey-dovey romantic. And she's all like, me and my friends, we were all single and we went there because we wanted to experience it. But she's all like, we hated it. It sucked. And I was like,
It sounds like someone's bitter.
Just a little bit. She was absolutely great, but yeah, that's unfortunate. You just got to go in with a good mindset. It's best I can say. But yeah, man, it was very, very informative. Lots of stuff. What was funny too is that she was telling me about the expectations of students too. Granted, this is times have changed. This is also a master's degree. But she said that they could care less about the foreign students. Really? Yeah. She's all like, you can get it there. She's all like, we barely showed up for our classes. She's like, some of us only showed up twice, 3 times a week, and we all passed. And I was like, wow. I'm thinking like they're just gonna be like, like crack the whip over here. Like, you can't even step out of line. And she's all like, well, And I told her too, I was like, I have a feeling that my mouth will be the thing that gets me in trouble. Like, I'm just gonna say something schmarmy or sarcastic, and everyone's just gonna immediately look at me like, the fuck did you say? And I was like, And so, yeah, exactly. I was all like, none. But yeah, it was like that. And she did tell me that one of the most important pieces of advice is when you get into, or if you're in a meeting, especially like in a business or a boardroom meeting, she's all like, never drink the tea. They will offer you tea, but you're never supposed to be the first one to drink the tea. You let your boss, your supervisor, or the most important person in the room drink first, and then you can drink tea. And I told her, I was like, this is wonderful advice. I'm not disparaging you at all. I had no idea that was even decorum. It makes sense. However, you never need to worry about me drinking the tea first, because I don't know what it is, but y'all motherfuckers always serve that shit boiling, scalding fucking hot.
Oh, God.
All right? I don't know what it is. You just are like, oh, it's like the surface of the sun. Here you go. Fucking like you're summoning Goku's Kamehameha or some shit. And that's what they use to boil the tea. And I'm like, you never need to worry about that. You'll be lucky if on my way out, I'm like, I gotta drink the tea real fast. You're like, oh, thank you. Arigatou gozaimasu, So.
Your insides are burning.
Yeah, And I'm like, I don't know what it is. And I was like, that's why I turned to coffee, and I still prefer coffee, is because I could always just put creamer and just cool it down like that. But I don't really do cream and tea. Even when it's like Lipton or all that Black Butler shit, I don't really, or Earl Grey. I don't do it. Cream and tea is like, so that's why I do coffee, because coffee creamer will cool it down.
Yeah.
But with tea, especially matcha or all of that, no.
Oh, yeah. I was at this place in San Francisco once. It was me, my girlfriend at the time, and her mom. And we were at this Japanese place. And I'd ordered some green tea. And I knew it was going to be hot. So I let it sit for a while. I think it was maybe 15 minutes.
Yeah.
I let it sit. And I was blowing on it at the same time to cool it down. And I took a drink out of it, and I still burned the top of my mouth. And they started laughing because I'm like, God, that didn't help at all. Like, is that hot? I'm like, yeah, it's hot.
Yeah.
Jeez. It's going to die over here.
Yeah. Yep. Yep. Yeah.
Insides are going to melt from this tea.
Yeah. Yeah.
I let it sit for another 15 minutes, and then it was fine.
Yeah. You'll get lucky if it's just mildly warm.
Right?
Yeah, man. So I like I said, I appreciate that advice, but that'll never be a problem for me. Either I'll A, drink it on my way out, or B, not drink it at all. But yeah, that was, like I said, that was something I had no idea about. She also told me to never get involved with the Yakuza. And I was like, well, I don't think that's going to be a problem. I was like, why they're as bad as ours here in the East Bay? Or our hoodlums. Or as I call them, my customers. Oh, I mean, what are they going to do, fire me? Anyways, so yeah, no, she told me that there was a time when she got on the train with, I guess, her friends, and there was a dude who had, she described like a silver flashy like jacket, like gator boots, and then like leather pants and like flashy pants and all of that. And she's all like, yeah, you could just tell that he's Yakuza just by the way he dresses. And nobody was talking to him. Everybody was just kind of like not avoiding eye contact and all that. And I was like, the gator boots, pants, silver. I was like, the way you're making it sound, I don't know if he was a Yakuza. He could have just been Mexican to me.
Yeah.
So, you sure it wasn't just going to the club?
Yeah.
It was a Saturday night. Un cheve en la baila? Come on. I was like, that's probably why. They were like, it's the way. So I don't know about that. So,
oh, God.
So, and then I was like, well, apparently, just like in the game, she says that they still kind of hang out and congregate around Kabuki-Jo. So just like the Yakuza game series, it's centered in that area. And I was like, oh, so that's why they did that. But she goes, obviously, just like our mafia, they don't mess with civilians because, that brings the heat. And you don't want to bring down the heat. You don't want to bring the fuzz, ruin the operations. You get in trouble. Operation gets in trouble. Everyone loses money. It ain't fun.
Right.
So they, if you don't give them a reason to mess with you, they'll leave you alone. Just let them be. And so then it was like, okay, cool. But then I told her, I was like, well, okay, if I don't need to go to Kabuki-Jo or Kabuki-Cho, would there ever be a reason I have to go out there? And she's like, well, I guess that's where the Toho Theater is. One of the Toho Cinema that has like the Godzilla statue. And I was like, was that the one that I went to? I don't think so. I don't think that was at Kabuki-Jo. But she said, yeah, there's a really big, popular Toho Cinema out there.
Nice.
And that's one of the ones that serve the curry popcorn. So it's the popcorn and then curry seasoning on top. And I was like, well. And she's like, you should go there. Just go during the day. So I was like, all right, fair enough. So I'll just have to, make sure to leave all my money in my socks or something.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, so she was, like I said, it was information like that. And it was practical stuff like that. That's what I wanted to know. I didn't want to, go on. I know, because everyone's going to be like, these YouTube videos or this guy. Or it was like, I lived in Japan for 5 months and I hated it. It's like, bro, okay. Cumulatively adding up all the times I've been to Japan, I've probably been there for probably more than 5 months. Okay? I'm just throwing that out there. So, but again, it's different when you're going there as a tourist, and it's different when you're going out there as a resident, as a long-term resident, or a long-term visitor, or a student. So, and again, you like here in the States, there are benefits to being a student. Even if you're a university student, you still get little hidden perks and all of that. So that's one of the things I was asking her about. And I know for sure the university on their website, they were talking about how you can get reduced train fare and rail fare. So I was like, that's the kind of stuff that I was interested in knowing. It's like, where can I go get discounts? Can I go to like Super Nintendo Land at Universal Studios Osaka and get like the student rate, stuff like that?
Yeah.
That's what I wanted to know. And then, grocery shopping and all of that, and like if I buy like snow boots, can I like donate them? Because obviously, if we come back to California, what am I going to do with a pair of snow boots or snow gear?
You can go to Tahoe.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, you could.
True.
I'm just saying.
Yeah. But yeah, she goes, there's no Salvation Army over there. You can't really just like drop them off. There's nothing like that. She goes, however, you can sell them.
Is there a Salvation Defense Force?
I see what you did there. The SDF has a different meaning over there. But yeah, it was stuff like that. And then she was also telling me how to cook and prepare food, and and that's probably one of the biggest things that I'm gonna need to kind of adjust is grocery shopping. Like right out the gate, that's probably gonna be the big thing because over here, we got a dozen of eggs or 18 pack of eggs, and you can find those at pretty much any store, corner store, bodega, a dozen eggs. Over there, maybe 6, half a dozen.
That's it?
Yeah.
I usually just buy the 5 dozen one here, like Safeway or Lucky's, and then I'm like good for a month.
That's what we do at Costco. So we get the 5 dozen, the big like 2, the double stacked one. Yeah. And the carton is like, yeah. And she goes, nah, it's not really a thing.
So you're gonna have to tackle some housewives, right?
Yes.
To get those good sales.
Yes. So it'd be like, Steve, why'd you get deported? I super kicked some housewives. So. They
were going after the eggs, and they were on a good sale. I needed to get them.
Yeah. Dude, they got me too a couple good times, but I got them good. Then this Yakuza-looking guy, he came out, and he was all like, what? And then he's all like, right afterwards, hey, you got some of that good stuff, the good white powder stuff.
You don't sell that here.
We talked about that for a minute too, because she was like, her favorite episode was the Instagram crepes episode.
Oh,
with the other rival.
Yeah, where he had that food truck.
Yeah. I was all like, oh, and I was like, that's so sad. He didn't even get one single like. I was like, not even a pity like. Oh.
Yeah. And he did a good job too.
Right. Yeah.
It's just too much of a market for that. Everybody's liking other things that aren't as good.
Yeah. So grocery shopping will be fun. And I asked her too, I was like, is there an equivalent of like a Safeway or an Albertsons or a Rayleigh's out there? And she goes, no. She goes,
like family stores or something?
Yeah, pretty much. She goes, there are like chains, but for the most part, by chain, it's usually like 5 stores. And they're all like in Tokyo, Osaka, Hokkaido, like Okinawa. That's a chain.
Scattered.
Yeah. So it's like, oh, so there's not like a Starbucks across the street from a Starbucks. Got it. There's not like here in the town we're at 2 Safeways, no, 3 Safeways. 3 Safeways all in the same town.
Yeah. Well, there's one
close here,
there's
downtown,
one at Greenhouse,
and downtown too.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then 3 all here in the same town.
It's crazy.
So it's like, all right,
like, all right, this Safeway doesn't have what I want. Let me go to the next one.
Yep, pretty much.
Or you can even kind of pack it safe. Because that's basically the same store.
This is true. This is all very true.
They have the same sales and everything.
Mm-hmm. Oh, that's it. He just reminded me too. I was gonna say they take the discount card too. I got to sign up for a new discount card.
Yeah.
And I doubt that application is in English.
You're gonna have to find somebody who can translate for you.
Hey. Yeah, she said that my homeboy over there, she's like, he's gonna be your best reference. She goes, if you ever have like problem getting like concert tickets or whatnot, she's like, if you have someone to vouch for you over there, she's like, that's probably the best thing.
You need somebody to vouch for you for stuff?
Yeah. So.
Wow.
He was the one who got me into Don Don Buri in Osaka when I went in 2017.
Yeah.
It was him. He was the one who got me in there at their street fest. And then he was also the one who got me into Evo Japan at Grand Finals in Akihabara. So it was him too. And then he got us at Sumo Hall. He got us the New Japan tickets when they did a show there too. So, yeah, he's a G. You know, he's helped me a lot.
Nice.
So, stuff like that is what we went over and we talked about. So it was, like I said, it was a lot of things are similar. You know, train system, obviously, a lot of, you know, walking, shopping, all of that is the same. But there are little instances where, you know, you got to be aware, you really got to be hyper aware of everything you do, everything you say or don't say. Even eye contact is all being scrutinized.
Right.
And she goes, if you ever do end up getting on the women's only car in the train, just move. You know,
they have a women's only car?
You didn't know that?
No.
Yeah. So, basically because, you know, #MeToo, which I do think has been around since the 90s. I do think the women's car has been around since the 90s because she said she also saw it.
Yeah.
So the women's only car is usually the very last car on the train. And it's technically between the like rush hour. So, but it starts at like from 5 a.m. to like 2 p.m. It's like women's only car. And then, you know, during the later, during the midday, it's whatever. Nobody cares. And then it goes from like 7 p.m. until like midnight. It goes back to being a women's only car.
Okay.
So you can get away with it if you're like elderly or disabled. But the number one priority is women.
Okay.
And that's the women's only car. And, you know, she goes,
if you get on it by accident, you could always say you're just one of these new feminists.
That's what I said. And I said, I identify. So I identify as a trap.
You're right.
So, and she goes, yeah, that's not going to fly over there. And I was like, what are you talking about? You guys, that's what you're doing in anime? You guys are turning, you know, all of them, Estelle is a woman now, right? He puts on a little Sailor Fuku now. It's a girl, right? Right? No? Reality, no?
God. Wow.
Anime lied to me.
Yeah.
So, yeah, and so see, that's so funny that we immediately both went there too. So said, you know, I identify as a lesbian, you know that, right? So and so yeah, she's all like, just, you know, if you notice that everything is like awkward and everyone's like, so you just kind of like look around and then you just be like, you know, then just casually just open the door, just move to the next car. That's all you do.
It's time for me to hit the old dusty trail.
Yeah. You know, like, m'lady. And then just go to the next car.
Tip your fedora.
Yes. She'll like, no, don't get up. I'll leave. And then just go to the next car. And she did say too that if even in rush hour, which was life hack, go to the last car because usually those are going to be the ones that are the most empty. And I was like, joke's on you. I always go to the last car anyways, because they're typically the last car is the first one away from the exits. Right. So when you get off, again, it's all about practicality over there in that damn country. Everything is made to be efficient, practical, no nonsense, no BS. Everything is meant to be like to the point. And even in their train cars, like as a person, as a culture, they're like, I gotta get on the train, get to work, get off, get up the stairs, and they're like, where I position myself on the train car matters. And I'm like, I'm not only a dirty foreigner, I'm specifically a dirty Californian, so I'm more like, meh, whatever. As long as I get on.
I'm gonna get on this one.
Yeah, you know.
This one looks fine.
So I was like, I always got on the last cars because I do that here on our trains. I always get on the first car. Yeah. Even though the first car, like when I go to Cyberpunk movie night, which got canceled tonight, the recording of this podcast, I always go to the first car. Right. Just because it's like right there behind the conductor, you know, so no one really does much funky business right there. So I always go to the first car.
That's smart.
So
I usually just get on whatever car and I'm just sitting there like, Nobody sit next to me, please.
Yeah. Your chances drastic go up. Shoutouts to Steiner. Drastic go up when you go up to the first car. I feel. Not to say that nothing's not ever happened, but for me, I've never had an incident riding in the first car.
Right.
So when it comes to riding in the last car, I have no problem with that. I told her the story that when I was over there with my friend and we went like super early in the morning to go to Michelin Star Ramen in Ikebukuro, we were like trying to catch, I want to say like the 7 a.m. trains, and we finally learned about the infamous Tokyo rush hour. Like those trains are packed, and so we're like, ooh, yeah, let's just wait, bro, because we had time. The restaurant wasn't gonna open till like 10. We just wanted to make sure we got there between like 8 and 9, so we can kind of get a good spot.
Yeah.
And then not wait 4 hours because it's Michelin Star Ramen.
Right.
So we waited. We are like, ha, okay. The next train came up, and it didn't look. It was the same thing, and we're like, bro, we're just gonna have to get in there. So we were like, all right, let's do it. So we're like, all right, we're psyching ourselves up. We're like, all right. And so sure enough, the next car comes in, and we're like, let's go. And then we're just like, sumimasen. All right, we got in. Of course we got in.
Yeah.
Because it does look packed. There is room. But yeah, it is the thing. That's not a meme. That's not a trope. No car is safe during rush hour. During Tokyo rush hours, the train is going to be packed. It's just going to have to be the way it is.
Do they really have those guys that kind of push people in?
That might have been a meme. That might have been a meme. But yes, that can happen when there's just too many people and the doors can't close. They will try to be like, they'll ask you nicely, and then they're like, all right, I'm about to get physical then. So, and good luck hashtagging the Japanese, man. You're not probably going to have a lot of success over there.
No, probably not.
Yeah, so.
They're not going to care. They're like, whatever, get out of here.
Sure.
Get on the train and go to where you need to go.
Yeah, right. Yeah. So, yeah, and like I said, it was a very, very informational discussion. I learned a lot, and now I'm just waiting on the visa approval at this point. So it's in the hands of the university, and I think the university already did their part. So now it's up to the Japanese State Department to sign off on me. So
all right.
So that's why I keep saying I'm hesitant to say that it's 100%, because they could always say that I didn't do this right, or I didn't answer that, or they need more verifications. So that's why it's nothing is set yet, but the guy made it seem like my paperwork was at least in order. So now we wait.
All right.
So
nice. Oh god, my allergies. And is there like was there a deadline now, or do you just wait until they're all done?
So pretty much what the process is it's going to be a minimum of 4 weeks, minimum, for the State Department, the Japanese State Department, to review all my docs, and then they send the paperwork to me, and then I need to take the paperwork and my passport to the Japanese consulate here in the Bay Area, which is in San Francisco. And then they do their part, they process all their stuff, and they're the ones that stamp my passport.
Okay.
And then at that point, then I'm free to go. Then I'm able to go under the student visa.
Okay.
Which is a very strict thing, because, if it was up to me, I would have gone, about a week early and just kind of chilled and hung out. But they said that they are incredibly strict because, again, very Japanese. So if I have a student visa that doesn't activate until, what did I say, August 27th?
Right.
But I go in there on August 19th as a visitor, I need to leave as a visitor, and then on August 27th, leave as a student. They don't allow you to go in as a visitor and then stay there until your student visa kicks in. No, because it all needs to be date stamped.
Wow.
So, again, very, very Japanese, very no-nonsense, very by-the-book, very rigid. And, yeah, so as long as you... And, again, it's a very interesting mix, because it's going to be like, I'm Aho girl. And the Japanese government is booby vice president. Ironically enough, that's Nagatoro and Aoyuki. Go figure. But yeah, that's kind of what it's going to be like. So I'm the moron who's just kind of feeling my way through everything, and they're all like, "What, are you dumb?" And I'm like, "Yeah." So
yeah, I am.
Yeah.
Now can you stamp my form?
Yeah. Thanks. Which my friend did say is a good get out of jail free card. She's like, if all else fails, they'll just kind of laugh you off as just another goofy foreigner that doesn't know what he's doing. So that's always going to be my get out of jail free card. It's like, hopefully I don't need to rely on it too much, but yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, that wouldn't be too good. Because then you're just not going to be taken seriously at all.
Right. So, with my Raiko movie mouse pad, I'm not going to be taken seriously? What's wrong with you people? Racists, misogynists.
Right.
Oh, man. But you didn't believe I was a lesbian getting on the women-only car? Homophobes. What's wrong with this culture? But yeah.
Wow. Okay. Sounds like it's a pretty long process.
Yeah, and it doesn't help that the forms that I was getting in were probably accurate to whoever was their best English speaker and writer over there. However, when the forms or the verifications that they were looking for were worded differently.
Right.
So they were like a charge of deposit slip and all of that, and I was like, "Oh, you mean a bank statement?" And they were like, "Yeah, no." And I guess some countries, maybe in Europe or Africa, I guess you get those from City Hall.
Oh, really?
I was like, I don't know, but yeah, they got him, and yeah. So there was just a big wordplay that we had to get through. It took me about 3 times going back and forth with the advisor or the guy that's in charge of the international students department for him to finally be like, okay, cool, everything's set. And yeah, so it went through.
Nice.
But yeah. So now we wait, and hopefully we have good news, and then we can open Roman's store back up.
Yeah, that'd be nice. I think I'd probably just do it as an eBay store. A lot easier. Because I already have an eBay account. Just turn it into a store. Be like, all right, I'm just going to put everything here.
Just going to be like sold as is, and it's just going to be a picture.
Yeah, pretty much. This is what you're getting. You get it as it comes. Like, whatever condition it is what you're getting. No refunds. Don't message me. I was actually thinking of doing that with all the stuff I had. Like the figures and the plush, just putting them all up there as a big lot. And being like, you buy all this, you're getting it as it is. It's free shipping.
How did your Fanime go? Your Fanime sales?
Just your friend bought those 2 things.
Okay.
That was it. Well, actually, Belle bought one thing too. But
oh, what did Belle buy?
Snorlax plush.
No.
Yeah, she bought it for the baby. So
I thought it was going to be One Piece.
No, I don't really have any One Piece plush. I have a couple of cushions, but no plush. The only plush I had was a Chopper, and I already gave that to her.
Oh.
Because I won it for her specifically because she likes Chopper.
Nice. Aww.
Yeah, it was I usually get her a few Chopper things. Like I got her a Mega House Chopper figure of him sitting on like some pancakes. It's a cute figure, so yeah, I figured she'd like it. She has it on one of her shelves. And then I got her the plush. Because I think it was for her birthday a couple years ago. And she liked it. And then her boyfriend was like, the figure's better. Like, well, no crap, dude. It's a figure. And Chopper here kind of looks like he's taking a little too many drugs. Eating that rumble ball with too much.
Jeez.
Speaking of One Piece, Oda finally announced that he's starting the final arc.
So, about that, and I saw that as well, but I mean, let's be honest, that doesn't mean much.
I don't know. He's taking a month off to prepare. But it's still going to be probably like 5 or something years.
Exactly. I was literally about to say, you know it's about 5 more years minimum.
Yeah. I mean, this arc took about that long. I think maybe even longer. Was it Wano?
Yeah.
Took about maybe more than 5 years to finish. So this is going to be probably 5 or 10 years before he finishes it.
So that, and I'm glad you brought that up too, because especially this one too. So let me ask you this. Obviously, Hayami Saori is the voice actress for Yamato. Actress for Yamato.
Yeah.
So when did Yamato, let's say, show up in the manga? How long ago?
How long ago? I think it was last year.
So 2021?
Yeah, I think so.
And then she showed up in the anime this year.
Yeah, more recent. Yeah, she showed up in the anime.
Okay, but that arc started almost 5 years ago.
Oh yeah, started a long time ago.
Okay, all right. Because interesting enough, that was one of the memes. So first off, obviously we're Spy Family. The world is Spy Family right now. Spy Family, one of like the top 5 medias in the world.
Yeah.
And which is very fascinating considering we got Top Gun, we've got Miss Marvel, we've got Obi-Wan Kenobi, we have Doctor Strange, all of these things, and yet Spy Family is right there. Like, I don't even think Demon Slayer hit that. And that, you all know the massive just bomb that, or bombshell, I should say, not bomb, but bombshell.
Yeah,
Demon Slayer.
Saying bomb makes it sound like it failed.
No. And then they announced Hayami Saori as the voice actress for Yor, even though at first I was just kind of like, okay, well, that's an interesting choice. But then, then the anime comes out and I was like, all right, I'm convinced. I mean, like I said, I've already been a Hayami Saori stan. I'm already a simp for Hayami Saori before all of this.
Right.
But then when she came out as Yor, and I was like, all right. And so now I think I've already made this rant, but I really 100 girlfriends. And saying now that Aoyuki has to be Nightfall. Just because I want the Hayami Saori Aoyuki run back. I need to have it. I don't know what's going to happen. Anybody at this, I don't really care. Anybody's going to make it hilarious. But I would love to have that. And so when Hayami Saori became the voice actress for Yamato, I was just about thinking about that too. Like on Saturday, I was like, you know what? I think that I'm just going to start watching One Piece from the Yamato arc. From the Yamato arc. And just be like, hello, fellow One Piece fans. Are you also fans of the Guano arc? I, too, like Yamato. She's fantastic.
Yes.
She.
It's funny because in the last chapter, I don't know if this would be spoilers for anybody, but anyway, in the last chapter, they're basically finishing up the arc.
Yes.
And they actually did a bath scene where Nami was asking Yamato, let's all go take a bath.
Yeah.
And she goes, no, they don't do mixed bathing here. So she goes with Luffy and them to go take a bath.
Interesting.
Yeah. And they have another character. Oh, God, what's his name? I can't remember his name, but he's a trap.
Okay.
And he went with Nami and them. So Yamato went to bathe with Luffy and Zoro and all of them, and this dude went to go bathe with Nami and them, but he had his towel on, so he's covered up.
Right, of course.
Yamato didn't have anything on, just being covered by smoke.
Of course. We knew that Ishigami meme. Damn, you Shonen Jump, go fuck yourself. Go burn in hell.
They promised fan service, and this is what they give us?
Hayami Saori said, nope, denied.
Yeah, so that was the thing that happened in the latest chapter where she refused to go into the bath with Nami and them, instead going into the boys' bath with Luffy and them.
I'm sure Sanji appreciated that.
Oh yeah, he did.
Yeah. So that makes me wonder too. If Oda did that, given all the drama that was going on, whether like she's trans. I just wonder if he just kind of did that, but that would have been kind of near impossible though, because he's had this mapped out for years, right?
Most of this he has.
Okay.
He has mentioned before that sometimes, like he got to a few points where he's like, okay, maybe I should just start wrapping it up.
Yeah.
But then he does something and he goes, oh wait, I could add this,
Okay.
So it's like some stuff got added in as he was doing it.
Okay.
But for the most part, there have been like most of the big arcs.
Yeah.
He's had planned out.
Okay. But it sounds more like a meme moment like that. I wonder if he did that, given that everybody, at least over here, all the Westerners, the woke Westerners, were all just like, she's trans. Her pronouns are he, him. Shut the fuck up. So, yeah, I wonder if he did that because of that. But at the same time, too, what would make that even more hilarious, though, is like you said, if he did be like, well, I'm going to give y'all what y'all want, and Yamato's going to go with the dudes. However, because fuck y'all, I'm going to make the trap go with the girls.
I think his name's Kiku.
Kiku?
Yeah.
Okay.
The trap.
Okay.
Yeah, it's Kiku. Took a little bit, but I remembered. Oh,
Dude,
type it in.
Yeah, please. I want to see a picture of this guy. Roman is... he's got the key... oh, wow. Oh, come on!
Yeah.
Oh, come on! No!
Yeah, that's...
Biography squashes Kiku's gender debate! Of course, comicbook.com. Of course. Jeez. It's better when you were looking it up. Did you see that? That was the first search result. Kiku gender.
Yeah, I did see that.
Of course. Cross-dresser versus trans... Wow. Oda knows the difference in social...
Yeah, I was about to say that's what it's...
You know, and he doesn't help his cause either, because sometimes he makes it seem like he's pandering to these people, but then when he's like pushed into a corner, he's like, whoa, no, I'm not woke. Shut up. Back up. So it's kind of like, bruh, but you... Then again, he's Japanese. He doesn't know the types of weirdos and all of that. Okay. Wait, scroll down, right? Did you see that article? Trans rights in typical One Piece fashion. 10 hours ago from Kotaku.
Oh, wow.
My God. Yeah. So, yeah, well, hey, she, is it she, right? She identifies as she?
Yeah.
Okay, because I just saw the One Piece Warriors thing. I was like, okay. Yeah. No, it just makes me, like I said, just laugh at this about how Oda just puts himself in these holes, and then when he's pushed to it, though, he'll be like, no, Yamato's a woman. So it's like
he literally said that.
Yeah, but it's like okay, this is actually what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go to one of these events, and I'm gonna be like, Oda-san, look. When you pander to these SJW gender weirdos, you're not going to help. You're digging yourself into a deep hole. Please stop. But by the way, I love Yamato. There you go. Here's the mic back. Swear I'm going to do that, bro. So I thought about doing that too. I was like, man, I do all of this. I go and I complete my master's degree, and then I'm going to go and apply and be some sort of a cultural advisor to one of these manga companies. So I'm just gonna go sign up with Ishigami's hated Shueisha. So Demon Slayer Shippuden just jumps up in sales 7 times bigger than the original. Unwoke gets rich. Oh man. Did you see the live action Vivi? I don't know if that was true or not though.
No.
Because I guess they're releasing more photos. I guess the Going Merry was being built or built.
Yeah, it's built. Not a big fan of the face.
There it is.
Oh.
So yeah,
I can see it.
Medallion of Rahimi as Nefertari Vivi. And this was... Oh, wait, maybe not?
This says May 1st, 2020.
Yeah, wait a minute. No. Whoa, where'd it go? See, that's what I was like, oh man, maybe Roman can help me. Maybe it was a meme then. Official look. Okay, maybe not.
I don't think they've gotten that far
It's
yet.
still coming back to Kiku. Oh man, alright.
Yeah, I don't think they've gotten that far. Although I do know they made Nojiko black.
Of course.
Which, I'm going to be completely honest, doesn't really matter to me because, I mean, she's only a big part in Nami's story, and then after that, she doesn't really matter. So
Captain Morgan?
yeah, he's on the island where they get Zoro.
Okay. All right. But yeah, interesting. But yeah, and then and so to bring it all back to, and what was funny too is that then I don't know, was this the last chapter or was it 2 or 3 chapters ago when Yamato finally announces she's joining the crew? Or was it all the same?
Technically, not this or last week's chapter, but the week before that.
Yeah.
She tells the rest of the crew that she's going to be joining them.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure she is. Luffy seems to be okay with it. The only thing was, what was it, Jinbei, when he was like, I'm going to wait till the captain actually says that this is happening. But I think Luffy's fine with it.
Yeah.
I think they've already discussed it, and he was fine with it. So just that they weren't all around. So Jinbei's like, I'll wait till the captain says, says that this is actually happening before I listen to what you're telling me.
So I mean, I don't see why they wouldn't. I mean, Luffy's already seen Yamato's.
That's the Mexican Luffy.
Yeah. Yuffie. Yeah, that's the name of the dude that's playing Luffy. Anyways, yeah, considering that he's already seen Yamato's, I don't see why he would have a problem with that. But then I mean, it's Luffy. He doesn't seem like he'd care about those things. But
no, he doesn't. I mean, he's seen Boa naked, and he didn't have any kind of reaction to it at all.
Gay.
The only time he ever really has a reaction, and Oda says that this is mainly because of Usopp, because Usopp's always with him when it happens, is when Nami shows hers. And then he has the nosebleed and falls down and blah blah blah. But Oda says it's because Usopp's a bad influence on him. So whenever Usopp is around and this kind of thing happens, then Luffy has a reaction. But when Usopp's not around, he just doesn't care.
Was it you that shared the meme about, or maybe somebody else in my other chat? But it was One Piece fans when Yamato joins the crew and Hayami Saori is the voice, and everyone's excited. And then it was like Toei Studios when they realize they're paying Hayami Saori's salary, and they're all crying.
That might have been somebody else, because I think I saw that on your page. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that was like, I didn't know that. I was like, that's not true. She's been in long form shows before, and I was like, no, she really hasn't, huh? Aoyuki obviously is like Froppy in Boku Hero.
Yeah.
So she's been in it.
And she was Diane in Seven Deadly Sins.
Yes, correct. But yeah, Hayami Saori, I can't recall in any long running shows like that.
Isn't she Shinobu in Demon Slayer?
Yeah, but how often was Shinobu in like?
That's true. She's not really that in it. She's not in it that often.
Yeah. So. Yeah, and so, but this is like something, she's going to be in the arc, she's going to get her own designated fights, all of this. Like, she about to make bank.
Yeah.
And, like I said, it's always been my meme that Aoyuki and Hayami Saori are just fighting to be in every single franchise imaginable. So, they're just dividing everything up and conquering. So, I'm proud of her. She comes out and she does the... one of the best fight scenes in anime history in the recent decade. That's considering that we've had Demon Slayer from Ufotable. And then Wit Studio comes out and they were like, we made an anime about fighting Vikings, right? Let us show you. And they were like, oh, shit. And what was that? Oh, there was a comparison I made too. Oh, so it was like they do that scene. And they did that from scratch because that did not exist in the manga. In the manga, I can even go show you. It was like 2 pages. The whole castle scene was like 2 pages. None of that was in there. And they go and they animate that whole thing. And then Disney, billion-dollar company, does She-Hulk. Did you see that? I don't know if you saw the Pinocchio live-action trailer. And then they do Miss Marvel. And this is a billion-dollar company that has a history of animation. And they can't get their CG shit straight. And then here is Studio Wit, and they come out, and they just make something on their own. And everybody is just, all right. And now I can't, on Facebook, I can't see any posts about Spy Family underneath like 20,000 reactions. I mean, Yeah, this is just I don't know. They're losing market share. Their stock price tanked. It's under 100, and I'm beyond proud of like Hayao Miyazaki and all of them, and Spy Family. I didn't think it was gonna be. I knew it was gonna be good. I didn't think it was gonna be like monumental in this giant anime cultural shift and all of that. But yeah, it's like that, and Hayao Miyazaki deserves every yen that she's getting. And that's considering that over the weekend too we went and we had sushi right after I had my conversation with my friend.
Right.
And I was telling my other friend Ramon, who works at the comic shop in down there, and I was telling him, I was like, oh yeah, man, everyone's kind of forgetting about Koga Aoi. Poor Koga Aoi. She's doing Kaguya and Creamhild. You know me, I'm just loving all of these Creamhild memes, and she deserves much more. We need to start peeling back some of Hayao Miyazaki and Aoyuki's roles and giving them to Kaguya Aoi, because Kaguya is hilarious.
Well, I mean, she made it big. She's an FGO now.
Yes, Creamhild.
Yeah,
and Creamhild memes are what's powering me now. Siegfried is a cuck memes. Oh man, I showed Ramon the picture of, he said no pickles, and I was like, bro, he's holding her purse. He's holding her purse. And I was dying. I was absolutely dying. I was like, all right, I gotta roll. So
yeah, she was the last one to show up from that banner for me. I ended up getting Roland first.
Okay.
I was like, I didn't even want you. That's probably why he threw himself in there first. Like, I know you don't want me, but I'm coming anyway. And then I got God, what's his name? Charlemagne.
Charlie.
I got Charlie. And I was like, oh, okay, I could live with that. He's the 5-star, and I guess he's been like requested a lot for this game.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm like, but I want, was it Kriemhild?
Creamhild,
Yeah, I want Kriemhild. It took another like 3 or 4 or 10 rolls for me to get her. I'm like, man, it's always you. The ones that I want that always just give me so much issues.
And it's a 4-star too.
Also, I'm hoping that this whole like 2 banners of nothing but male servants makes all these people who are saying there aren't enough male servants shut up.
Yeah, I got that feeling too. Yeah.
It was like both banners. Like you got Kriemhild, and you got Sancho from Don Quixote, but she's not the actual servant. So I mean, he's still the servant. So you're still getting all male, basically servants this time around, and young Moriarty, which I wasn't expecting.
And funny enough, between those 2 banners, that's what is kind of interesting.
What the heck, Cat? Okay, there we go.
He Charlemagne. So Charlemagne actually debuted in Fate Extella, the sequel, the second one.
Yeah.
So and that's the continuation of Fate Extra, and so I didn't. He was pretty popular. I do know that a lot of people liked his design, and he was effectively the main character in Extella Umbral Star, the sequel.
Right.
And he was drawn by Wadarko, so she drew him. And he had a big fan base, and it was a Muso style game, but he just developed such a cult following that they were like, oh, you got to put him in. So, but everyone figured he wouldn't be like a lost belt. Everyone figured he would have been like an anniversary or New Year's. They never really imagined he would just be like a lost belt. They thought it was going to be a big deal, and it's just like, no, he's part of the Europe lost belt. Okay. And so then, you had Wadarko drawing Charlemagne, but then you also turned around and had Raita drawing young Moriarty. And so it's just kind of like, oh, so you had your 2 big heavy hitters right there, because it's always like, of the 3, it's always like Takeuchi, Wadarko, and Raita. It's like, when in doubt, smash button, release them. But we also are kind of forgetting, too, that Kriemhild is the same artist as the Fate Apocrypha characters, which is funny, too, because, obviously Siegfried is from Apocrypha, so I thought it was the same artist as Spishtar, but no, it was actually the guy that drew all the Apocrypha characters.
Is that what everybody says? She just looks like a Mordred face?
Yes.
I don't see it, but okay.
Yeah. I'm just confirming this. I was like, doesn't mean it is the same artist, but yeah.
All right, this should tell us.
It's not. It's not. Yeah. The Batman. Yeah. So it was. Yeah. So it was the same artist as that. And I was like, oh well, that makes sense given that Siegfried's wears the pants in that relationship. So,
yeah.
But yeah, no, Koga Aoi just sells the hell of it, and I was like dying at the last episode, when they said, "Oh, she's such a great maid." Hey, Hayasaka, you're an actual maid. How do you rate Kaguya?
She's trash.
It took 3 seasons, but I finally can safely understand the appeal of Kayasaka. 3 seasons. 3 seasons.
It took you 3 seasons to realize that, and it took us 3 seasons to figure out that girl's boyfriend's name.
Yeah. Yeah, it's true.
Wow.
It's true.
Yeah, that was great. She's trash.
Yeah.
She sucks. With that coffee aficionado that was in their cafe.
Yeah, I guess that's what the guy in Discord was saying. It's supposed to be like, was it Daiji or is it Kaiji or Kaiju or Kaiji? Is the reference?
Maybe Kaiji?
Kaiji, yeah? Was that it?
Kaiji is the gambling one.
Yeah. I think that's what it was supposed to be, right? A reference to that?
Maybe. I don't think I got that far into Kaiji.
Okay.
Like, I almost finished the first season, but there's another season.
Okay.
And a spin-off that I haven't watched. So maybe it's from one of those.
Okay. But regardless, she's trash.
Yeah, she's trash.
So, I was like, I'm all about Hayasaka's revenge. Because, like I said, Kaguya doing Kaguya things, it's like, oh, it's so cute, it's so funny, hee hee hee. But then when you put it into perspective about, she's kind of a jerk to Hayasaka and abuses that poor girl. And so then when Hayasaka can take pot shots, I'm like, get him, girl. Go get him. Put her in her spot.
Yeah, she had a whole song based on Hayasaka and how she's just hiding her insecurities and blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
And they're like, I'm doing this all for you, you jerk.
Yeah.
I'm coming up with all these personalities just so I could keep your secrets and...
She can't do anything. She just wants to be a normal high school girl.
Yeah.
And she's losing all her teenage life sticking up and defending Kaguya.
Right?
So, and yeah. So, how like, she sucks, huh? She's the worst. It was like, yeah. Yeah, that was great. Yeah. And then, Ishigami's taste sort of put up in the Discord. I was like, all right, Ishigami, you got me. Tsubame-san. Quality. All right. Why doesn't she have more screen time?
She runs off with the cookies.
Ooh, yeah. And that was like, ooh. It was like like watching a Mexican telenovela, and you're just like... So, and then everyone is just like, oh, he just did the thing. I was like, oh. Yeah.
And he didn't even know what he was doing.
No. And then all the other simps, and they were like death laser eyes.
Well, hopefully it doesn't work out bad for him. At least not too bad. Like, even if she rejects him, it's not like bad. But we'll see. It's funny because I was actually kind of looking for spoilers on that. But the one time manga fans don't want to actually spoil something is this, apparently. Because I can't find it anywhere.
Dicks.
And since it comes out this, Friday anyway, no need to tell me if anybody's, thinking of typing it in. I'll find out on, I guess, Friday or next week or whatever. But, yeah, like after I watched the episode, I was like, I wonder if he gets rejected. Let me kind of look through these comments. Nothing? Okay. You guys want to be quiet now, I see. But during Demon Slayer, you're willing to tell everybody what happened, like, in the next arc. Season 2 starts. Oh, this is what happens. This is everything that's going to happen in the arc. Oh, you suck.
The cat doesn't like it either.
All right.
All right, I'm gonna close the door on you. Yeah. But I will say that this is the only other acceptable alternative. If it's not going to be Ishigami and Ino Miko, then the only other alternative is Ishigami and Tsubame.
Yeah.
So,
and then, accidentally, I wouldn't say accidentally, but she did kind of ruin his plan with the haunted house.
oh, the cock block.
Yeah, but that was that other couple's fault.
I was about to say, they're all making out in the locker. So, don't...
yeah, I'm not blaming her entirely. That was definitely that couple's fault, but she was the one that made the decision, so... It just sucks that they didn't go first. Like, they didn't get there before that group so he could do what he wanted.
Like, when Chika and her sister Moeha, when they were in the president's office, yeah, and Miyuki comes in and she's just like, "Oh, you're so hot! I just like worship you, and I want to be like you." And Chika's just like, "No, you want nothing to do with this guy. He sucks at life. He's absolutely the worst. Don't mess with him." And she's just like, "Why? What's he so bad?" Because he tried to rap and he sucked at it, but he worked really hard and he got good at it. And then he tried to blow up balloons and he sucked at it.
He worked really hard and he got past that too.
And he couldn't even play volleyball and he worked really hard. And so she's all like,
"But isn't that good?
Yeah,
He's working really hard to fix his issues." No, you don't understand.
Yeah.
She tried to sabotage him. Here, juggle these.
Yeah. Oh, my grandmother was really a really good juggler.
She could juggle 8 balls at once, and I'm sad to say this is as much as I could do. He's juggling 3 balls and a bottle under his legs.
Yeah.
I was like, this is as much as I could do. I'm not as good as my grandma. Like, what?
Yeah.
Like 4 is good enough. And then he was good at a yo-yo, and I don't know what that spinning top thing was.
That was just the top. That was like one of the you like wrap the string on, and then you like like a rip tie.
It's almost like a Beyblade, but
correct.
Without the edges and
yeah. So that's what that was. But then I get the trick is to get it to like spin on a string and elevate it like that. I guess. That's
okay. That I've only ever used a dreidel in school. So.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, when they were talking about Hanukkah. And they'd be like, "Here, play with this dreidel." And, okay, spin. Cool. Yay. Okay, can we go to Christmas now?
No, that's one more season away. You gotta wait.
Yeah, I gotta wait for that.
But they have to confess before Christmas because that's the plan is that they gotta spend Christmas together. So,
Yeah. All riding on Ishigami now. Whether he gets rejected or not. Because if he gets rejected, he's not going to be able to do it, he says. Because they're going to be making him feel better. Maybe not Chika. She might be like, "Yeah, I knew you'd fail." Because you have no common sense.
Yeah, Chika keeps it real, man. She knows. She knows hell. When they put up the FGO voice actors chart and they put like Miyuki is Achilles and Kriemhild is Kaguya and then Nemo is Hayasaka and then Ishigami is Asclepius. I didn't even know that. I was like, really? Really? Damn. Okay. I was like, really, Hayasaka? And I guess so. I completely forgot that connection because I knew that Hayasaka was Nadeshiko in Yudu Camp, and Nadeshiko was how I remember is the voice actor for Nemo, all the Nemos. So and then the guy in Discord said that too. He's like, well, she's really good at different personalities, so it was a good fit.
Well, yeah, we see that with Kaguya.
Yeah.
So and definitely with Nemo because there's 5 different. Is there 5 or 6?
Oh, there's like.
I've
Nemo,
seen
Marines, Baker, Engineer, Doctor, and I think there's one more.
Is the Doctor one the scientist with the glasses?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. And then I believe that one's a boy. Confirmed.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Okay.
You like your traps. But yeah, I think there's another one. I think there's Baker and Cook. I want to say.
So they're 2 different jobs.
I think so, yeah. But then she also kind of does variations on the different Marines as well. So there might be like 2 or 3 different like voice acts she does for the Marines.
So they have different personalities.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. But yeah. But she does all of them. So look forward to that.
I gotta finish Olympus.
Yeah, me too. I'm debating. I'm like, should I just go do it? Because I really wanted to do it on like a half AP, but at the same time too, this year's anniversary is when they reward us for all the arrows you've completed. You get a fragment.
Oh, fragments?
A quartz fragment, yeah. So for every arrow, every arrow.
From the main story, not the free?
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah. I believe this time it's the story. And then next year they're going to do it for all the free quests.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's why I'm like just thinking, I was like, let's
just get it over with. Like some of those have like 10 arrows.
Olympus is long. Which is funny because the Japanese one's not that bad. The Japanese one's almost like half that. The Japan Lost Belt. And it's like in December, I think right before Christmas. It's like, so it's like wedged, like right after what would probably be like Thanksgiving and then Christmas.
Was that 5.5?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So Ibuki Doji. And then Kintoki's Caesar.
Costume.
From JoJo.
Okay.
So yeah, that should be around December. So that'll be like right there, and then you get Rocky or Karna's Rocky.
Oh yeah, his Santa.
Yeah, and Vertra.
I'm looking more for her. So
her than Ibuki Doji?
No, then Karna.
Karna.
Like the only reason I'm looking forward to Karna's Christmas thing is because of Vitra.
Fair enough. I know that what's funny is that there's a boss fight in Final Fantasy XI because I'm playing on a private server right now. It's in maintenance though because they're doing some patches and updates. But that's one of the bosses is Vitra.
Yeah. Big dragon.
Yeah, big dragon. And then one of the sprites, and I put that in the Discord too, whereas one of the fairies so the fairies, there's like little monsters and they're fairies, but what they do is they're actually helpful NPCs, and they actually, if you were damaged around them, they actually heal you.
Oh,
and
nice.
if you die, they actually raise you. And so but just like regular monsters, there's also buffed up notorious monster versions of them, and the one that's in the starter area is literally called Melusine. And I was all like, oh, it's Petra. Aww. And then when I was running through one of the areas, one of the dog or wolf monsters was called Barghest.
Oh, wow.
And I was all like, don't. So, and it was so funny, too, going back and playing 11 because, when you defeat some of those notorious monsters trying to get the drops, and those drop rates are hideous, like 5%, 7% drop rate. And I'm like, bitch, please, I've played FGO. I know shitty drop rates. Your 7% is like 95% to me now. So.
What was it? I played this other one. It's called Valkyrie Connect.
Okay.
The drop rates for that, like, they'll have a banner.
Yeah.
But their drop rate will be like 0.003%. I'm like, what the heck?
No way. You ready for Miku? In Blue Archive?
Blue Archive. Yeah, I guess so. I'll end up getting her probably if I can. I only got like 7,000 jewels. What is it? What is theirs called?
Pyroxenes?
Yeah,
Pyroxenes.
Those things. I only have like 7,000 of those.
So the Gitaru Rock, he's one of the guys that I watch on YouTube for my Blue Archive info.
Right.
He put it best because he's all like, you got Miku, which is a limited. Only for the campaign, basically.
Right.
But in terms of gameplay, I guess she doesn't just, she just doesn't do a whole lot. So she really is just a collectible.
So she's not really worth it.
It depends. If you're a Miku fan, sure. And you just happen to be playing Blue Archive. However, Akko is going to be the next one who comes out after her. And apparently she's one of the best supports in the game still in JP.
Akko.
Akko is from Hina and... Hina and the other one that just was in summer.
Iori?
Iori, yeah. From their university. So she's part of is it disciplinary?
Is she the second hand?
Yes.
To the president?
Yes.
Or
Blue hair.
Okay.
Blue hair.
The one who's always like with the clipboard
Yeah,
or whatever.
clipboard, yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. I know who it is.
Yeah. So, and apparently she's still pretty meta. So she's got great support, great capabilities, but she's coming out right after the Miku banner. So it's like, you know.
Okay.
Obviously, I mean, I might still throw some at Miku, but I'm also like, you know, again, with me preparing myself to make this giant move, I'm reevaluating all my whaling propensities and all of that. So now I'm like, no, I'm really like looking at things and I'm like, yeah. And I've got like 21k pyrocines.
Oh yeah. What did I use all mine on?
Summer.
Yeah. Was it? No, it wasn't summer.
Bunnies.
It might have been the bunnies.
Did you get them?
I got 2 out of the 3.
Okay.
I didn't get. Was it Neru?
Neru?
Okay. Yeah, I didn't get her.
But you got Karen and you got Asuna?
Yeah, I got those.
Yeah, you're just fine. you're good. They're all expecting the bunny rerun to come back at some point, and the theory is that when the bunny rerun comes back, that's when Akane, the bunny, will come back. So
yeah, 'cause she wasn't in there.
Yeah, she was in the story, but she wasn't playable.
Yeah.
So they might be holding her back.
Okay. Well, when would that be?
The rerun?
Yeah. Maybe.
I mean, the rerun hasn't even occurred in JP. So
Yeah, but that's why I said like maybe when maybe.
Maybe August. Well, so the bunnies was around Halloween, and I thought that the bunnies was going to be their Halloween event.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if, because you know, like FGO, they do their reruns, but they do it way in advance.
Yeah.
Of that area. So if bunnies was their Halloween event, I would say expected maybe a rerun in August or so.
Okay.
So that's my conspiracy theory. I have no idea what they want to do. I think it's pretty funny that in Princess Connect they're about to rerun last year's summer, and they're doing Saren as the banner, but it was like Snow Carol then, or I guess did that summer event get a rerun already? Did Summer Carol come back?
Not yet.
Okay.
I think I was looking at a banner list, and I think she's gonna come back. I think this year.
Yeah.
But it hasn't happened yet.
So, because it sounds like what they're going to do is the event is going to be Summer 1, but the banner is going to be Summer Saren. So I was like, all right. But yeah, I think that it's like Summer Saren, La Barista, and I think that's pretty much it for me, unless Summer Makoto comes up.
Okay.
But I think Summer Makoto is next year. But yeah. My whaling days are behind me, unless I get that awesome Family Mart job and I get discounts on Google Play cards.
Wow.
But yeah. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And then this the other thing too is that I rolled on Grimhild, and I did roll for Don Quixote. I'm not gonna lie, I did, just because I thought it was too funny.
Yeah, he was the only one I rolled for on that banner.
Yeah. No. France. Moriarty. No.
Well, I still use like the single roll 1 quartz paid thing because sometimes I get lucky.
Yeah.
Ooh, I'm getting download on this.
Uh-oh. Is it a shiny?
Yeah.
Uh-oh. Which banner is this?
This is Susanna.
Oh, shit.
But I don't know because I've been spooked before. Nope, it's her.
Hey, it's Nagatoro. See, it's because she knows that I'm here. That's why. She
Yay.
knows I simp. I simp for Uesake Sumire.
That gets a screenshot.
Right in the middle of the stream, this guy.
Yep.
I take responsibility for that.
Yeah, we were talking
welcome.
gotcha games, and you got me going like,
You're
oh,
welcome.
God, I need to try.
You're welcome. So wait, so how much do you have now?
I only have like 274. I used all of them to try to get her in the banner started, and I had like 17,000.
Okay.
And didn't get her. And now I've just been like, whatever I get, and I'm like, well, let me try a roll. If I get like the free tickets, I'm like, let me try that. Nope, nothing. Let me try it. I got 150. Let me try that. Nope, nothing.
That's like the most Nagatoro thing ever. You're like, Roman's rolling, and she's like, Kimoi, 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 Kimoi.
But now I got her, so I can stop.
There you go.
I guess I could wait for, what is it, Saren this time?
Yeah.
I guess I could wait for her till next year. Because she's going to have a rerun too, right?
Apparently she's super uber desired and everyone's hyped up for her. And yeah.
Well, we'll see. Maybe I'll put some money in. I don't know. I mean, I play so many games now. It's like, which ones do I want to put money into this time? And which ones do I want to skip and just let me like naturally gain the currency. Like I just started the 7 Mortal Sins game.
Did you get Diane?
No, that's 7 Deadly Sins.
Oh, okay.
7 Mortal Sins is the ecchi like figure set.
Oh, okay. That is an anime too.
They did have an anime for that, yeah. Which I'm watching now. But yeah, I started that one. So I'm like, I'll put like $10 in there every once in a while, but for the most part, they give you enough stuff. The only problem is if you download it from Google Play, it's censored.
Ew. So how do you get around that?
The actual company that brought the game out has a APK that you download that gives you the uncensored game.
Good.
In English.
Good.
So yeah, they got around it. So yeah, like this is one of the characters.
Our boy in Discord's not going to be happy you're playing that. I mean, it would be great if she was flat.
I mean, she might be flat enough for him, but he might not like her. I don't know. She has kind of a camel toe too, so he seems to be against that kind of thing.
Is the camel toe flat?
A little bit.
Anything bigger than an A cup, it's disgusting.
Well, that's practically everybody in this game, except for this one.
Oh, that's definitely his type. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Yep.
He might like this one too.
Oh yeah. Yep. That's our guy.
I am more this one.
Man of taste. I respect it.
And then you got like the angels.
Okay.
Let me see here. She's one of the demons.
Okay. Obviously.
Another demon.
Okay. I like it. Cow?
Yeah.
Or is that mouse?
It looks more mouse.
Yeah,
well, then I don't know because she's got like a fuzzy tail.
It's like a squirrel.
Maybe a squirrel.
Okay. But yeah. All right.
So yeah, I just started playing this like what was it? I think it came out a month or so ago.
Right. Yeah, I've been seeing a lot of ads and commercials, and that was the same studio that animated the Senran Kagura anime back in the day. They also did that show, but then they went out of business.
Oh.
But I think they they merged with someone.
They might have. 'Cause
so.
I know they did that one, and then there's the spin-off one, the 7 Virtues, which is the angels side of it. 7 Mortal Sins is the demons. 7 Virtues is the angels. So.
And then our guy in Discord over there playing Taimon and Asagi.
Yeah, I've actually seen ads for that from my Valkyrie Connect game because they have free spins where you got to watch ads in order to get spins, and they show ads for that. So I was like, I don't know, if I get it on Google Play, it'd probably be censored.
I mean, considering that it actually does have H scenes in the game, that's going to be a JP only thing.
Yeah.
It's like I said in Discord. I think that at Anime Expo, you might get an announcement for Horse Girls. Okay. If not at AX, then probably Crunchyroll, because Crunchyroll put out Princess Connect, which is what Cygames also did.
Yeah.
So it would make sense to do that announcement at their own con. To my knowledge, well, my only regret though is that Crunchyroll. Why is the dubbing, not the dubbing, the text so glitchy and so broken, like so full of typos? It's like, guys, what are you doing?
Right? I was noticing that with this event.
Yeah.
There's a lot of that.
It's a lot of typos. What the hell, guys? Instead of focusing on changing Chica's Merry Christmas to, Happy Holidays, why don't you guys get yourselves an editor? Damn.
Or at least a proofreader.
Yeah. Man.
You could pay me like $30 an hour and I'll come down there.
Right? Dude, I said the same thing. Bruh. Damn, dude. It's like, yeah, this is the most recent event. It feels like it's gotten worse and worse and worse. Because it's like you could read a one page of text, it's like fine, and then the next one is broken, and then the next one is broken, and then it's another page, it's fine, but then the next 3 pages are all broken. It's like, dude, what is
like? What are you doing? Do you even care about this game or?
No, they don't. Clearly, so that's why they're changing the text to make it more appropriate. So I don't even want to know what they were doing with Yuki, with Uzaki's character, the one voiced by Uzaki, Yuki the Trap.
Okay.
So,
but yeah, I noticed that a lot this time. I was like, every once in a while I'd see a typo. I'm like, oh, okay, well they must have missed something or accidentally typed this. And then in this one, it's like almost every other text box there's 1 or 2 typos, and I think I even read in one of them where they put, was it the Great Shine God twice, where they were talking about the Rain and Shine God, but they put Shine God both times. And I'm like, what? Did you just copy and paste this? And forget to change Shine to Rain? Yeah, it's a little embarrassing for them.
There was a moment where I forgot if it was both Suzuna and Mitsuki. Was not Mitsuki. Misaki, thank you. Where they got to the island and they were looking at EO and they clearly said Oki, like big, and then they translated it to must be nice to be an adult, and I'm like, fucking can't stand these guys. And then and that just grinds my gears because the Persona localization chick is on Twitter and she's just like, I'm gonna fix things, and they're like, what do you mean by fix? And she's like, oh well, just make sure there's no typos and change the things, because apparently Persona, the most recent versions of all the Persona games are going to go multi-console. Okay. So they're going to go to Steam, Xbox, Switch, and all that. So it'll be P3 Portable, P4 Gold, P4 Golden, and P5 Royale. So they're going to go basically all consoles.
Okay.
And so this chick is like, she makes the good argument, or not the argument, but the explanation that she's changing like the controls. So like if you're doing tutorial, it'll be like, press X to, open the menu, or press triangle. So now they got to change it to press X, or, press A, press B, or, stuff like that. So, it's like that. But then when they were like, she was the one who changed in, was it Higurashi? She made some changes. And then she like censored Nini. And it was like, it's a cutesy thing. It's just what a little sister calls her brother instead of calling her a Nissan. It's like, like baby talk. But, the character probably sometimes doesn't grow out of that because it's still out of, adoration for the big brother. Yeah. Still calls him Nini. And then she just said, she said some weird shit. Like, she called it like my big older brother I respect. It's like, she said Nini. It's your problem. It's shit like that. Just grinds my gears. And it's like, if you want to do that virtue signaling shit and change things around, why don't you just go work at Marvel?
Or DC. Actually, go work for DC.
Yeah.
Marvel's got enough problems.
So then they were like, get rid of the transphobia, because the character Kanji in P4, he fell for the trap, who was voiced by Romy Park. Ironically enough, Seiki Tomokazu, the voice of Gilgamesh, and like a billion other roles that he yells in, is the voice of Kanji, and I liked Kanji, but he fell for the trap. But Romy Park, Naoto, was like the prince of detectives, the detective prince.
Yeah.
And it turns out then Kanji is all like, I think I kind of got feelings for this dude, and then they discover that it's a chick. And then he's like, oh, I'm not gay after all. And it was like, and so of course they got triggered, super triggered about that. And it's like, what? Shouldn't even matter. You care about the relationship, right? As long as they're happy, right? No, that's just gay censoring. And it's like, oh, shut the fuck up.
It's homophobic.
Oh my God.
It's like these trans people who say it's transphobic to not date them. And it's like, maybe if you put a little effort and didn't look like a dude in drag.
Maybe you look like Kiku.
Maybe you
wouldn't
look
have
like
so many,
Kiku.
You wouldn't have so many problems. Even I was doing a double take too. I was like, no!
I'm
no!
going to tell you. When I pulled it up, I was like, did I get the right character? Because I think this is actually a girl. I had to go into the images and be like, oh, wait, yep, I got the right one. Okay. It's like, man. It was hard to tell. That one actually gets you where you're like, what? That's a dude?
Fuck you, Oda. Heartfelt, with all due respect.
Yeah, I've noticed that. Usually the trans people that still look like guys,
Yeah.
they're like, oh, you have to date us. We're girls. Like, no, we don't. Shut up. You're a transphobe, then. Then I'm a transphobe. I don't care.
Yeah, no.
I'm not dating some guy that calls himself a girl.
It's ma'am.
It's ma'am.
Yeah, no, there you go, man.
It's
so,
man. That's what it is. Oh, we're going to get canceled.
I know. It's all good. I'm leaving this country anyways. I'm going to Oda's homeland. I'm out. Yeah, but it's it's the disrespect that again that just baffles me. It's all like these people are against colonization and all of this, and it's like, okay, but that's literally what you're doing. You're imposing your views and your way of life on a foreign country and their culture. You're literally telling them they're inferior to your enlightened beliefs. Worship my God, read my book, and they're telling you no, fuck off. And it's like, and they can't stand that, and that's why it's like, oh no, you need to do all of this and make this DC character, this guy actually, he's been giving gay vibes the whole time. It's like, no, you're just weird. And especially that's what works to anime and manga's benefit is it does, even One Piece has a beginning, a middle, and an end, and that's it. It more or less follows that path.
Yeah.
So they can't do a 180 and just be all like, oh well, Yamato's actually a boy the whole time. Ah. No, you can't do that. You can't go back and reverse it.
Yeah.
So that's the benefit that they have it. So because all manga and mangaka know it's gonna have an end eventually. So
yeah.
Unlike with Western comics, which always just has to keep getting stretched out and stretched out, stretched out. So, be honest, are you gonna get that plush Aharen?
Wait, what?
I
didn't know there was a plush coming out. Wait.
So remember that episode in Aharen when he made the dummy, or she made the dummy? He made the dummy, right? No, she made the dummy.
She made the version of that copy of herself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then here you go. I'm pulling it up for you right now. Yeah. So now you can have it just staring at you.
Wow, that's pretty big actually.
Yeah.
No wonder it's 100. Well, okay, that's probably maybe 110, $105 now in the U.S.
Yeah.
But even still, that's big. I can understand why it's about that much.
Yeah. Oh my god, it went up. Yo, let's go! I'm going to start doing all my things in PayPal. So, to be fair though, PayPal does, it gives like the bank rates, which is never going to be what Google does. And even Google's actually behind. So, because when I was reading the newspaper results about the yen to the dollar, the yen was already going for 135.
Oh, was it?
Yeah. So this is a very conservative amount.
Okay.
But 130.90. So yeah, and now this is how I basically spend my days now.
Looking to see what the cost is.
Yeah.
30. Oh, your zero doesn't work. Remember?
Was it 130.90?
Yeah, 130. $97.
Telling you,
yeah,
man.
saving
Telling
a lot
you,
of
man.
money.
Telling you, man. And then if I can buy it over there, I mean, so that's the issue though, is that even though you would be saving this, you would still come out on top even with shipping.
Yeah.
You would still be coming out, but yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, so Aharen to stare at you as you wake up in the morning. I can't sleep. But yeah, speaking of traps.
Oh, what? Her brother?
Her brother.
That looked just like her?
Ren, yeah. And then it was super casual too. It's all like, Ren, why are you always wearing my clothes?
They're comfortable. I mean,
Fair enough.
Yeah, what? Like, makes sense.
Yeah, it's a solid argument. Can't argue that.
No.
I do think I like the stalker friend though.
Oh.
Okido or Oyodo.
Oh. Yeah, I know who you're talking about. The tall girl.
Yeah. Because it's all like, especially on the swimming part, she's all like, oh yeah, my relatives, they're fishermen, so I kind of learned some techniques. Oh, thank God, I thought you were going to stab me with that spear. Don't get me wrong, I totally thought about it.
I thought about it. Well, that was the second time she said that.
Yes.
He said something kind of similar to that before when they were on the roof.
With the haircut.
Yeah, with the haircut. He thought she was going to cut his throat or something, and she goes, I thought about it.
Yeah.
I was seriously giving it some thought, but that make her sad, so.
I don't want to make Reina sad.
Yeah. And now they're going to have some duel, I guess, in the last episode.
Yeah. Yeah, it got all serious all of a sudden. I was like, yo, what happened? But then again, that was the same thing that happened with Kaguya, too. And it was kind of like, it's just like serious now. And it's like, what
happened?
So I was like, all right. And then Madoka Bliss Koyas Takehito and his moon watch. So he's just do you have to insult me as I just walk through the door? Miyuki and Kei's dad.
Oh,
and then when Shirogane, when Miyuki was dressing, and then she's just like, "What is this little clothes you have?" Yeah, I haven't bought clothes since junior high. I was all like, "What's wrong with that?" I'm like, "That's pretty much the clothes that I."
Yeah, I still got clothes from high school.
Yeah,
I mean they're still good. I can still wear them.
Oh man, and then Koyas Takehito, Ozymandias. Oh, poor Dio. He just walks through the door and they're all like, quit dressing like an old man. And he's just like, do you have to insult me as I just walk through the door? So, I do ship Koyas Takehito with Hayasaka's mom, though. Hayasaka's mom. I ship that.
That'd be nice. I think, yeah.
I ship it.
Yeah, they get along.
Yeah. So, yeah.
What was it? Hayasaka's mom was like, this looks like fun, watching him mess with Kaguya.
Hey man, like I said, what more of a boost do you want as an up-and-coming voice actress to get life advice from Koyas Takehito? Zex Marquise himself from Gundam Wing.
Wow.
Dio Brando, come on now. So, and also the Japanese voice of Deadpool.
Oh, is he?
Yeah.
Nice.
In the anime.
What, that one where they had cards?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Hey, well, the Captain Marvel in that one, like Carol Danvers is the
comic accurate.
Yeah, that
body wise.
That and same voice actress as the art club president, Bunny Club president.
Oh, you're going that route. Okay.
Yeah, Mizuki Nana. Yeah, Nana Mizuki. Hinata from Naruto.
Leave it to me to go to the body, and you go to that voice actor.
I mean, the voice fits. So, but yeah, those two right there. So, but yeah, yeah. So what? There was one more show too that we haven't talked about. So we hit Spy, hit Aharon, hit Kaguya.
The only other one was Shikimori.
Shikimori, yeah. So Shikimori is the same thing too. It got super serial.
Did it?
Yeah, because it was a little like, oh, I had feelings for him too. He's a giant wuss. And I'm just like, okay, look, check it. It's not a bad show. It's definitely gone from like a couple weeks ago when we were like, what is this show? It's definitely changed, and it's got a premise. It's got interesting characters. But now at the same time, too, it's like, I love him because he's a giant wuss. Well, I love him because he's a giant wuss. And it's like, I don't like him because he's a giant wuss. We're just going to talk about how much we love him because he's a giant wuss. Can we just go back to the main character's mom NTRing him with Shikimori? Can we just go back to that? That was a more interesting concept, I think.
How would you like to be a stepmom?
Hey!
I saw that meme, so.
Yeah, I'm down with that. Let's make that doujin. I'm going to look for that at Comic Hit.
I'm sure there's going to be one. Multiple, probably.
Oh, yeah. That's my kind of NTR.
Also, since when do girls like wussy guys?
So I think we kind of touched on this the last time when the first episode came out, and it was an interesting take on the concept, because again, it's like, well, why can't women rescue themselves? Why do they always got to be rescued by the guys? It's like, all that, and make more empowered women, and it's like you're doing this literally in the same season as Kaguya and Yor, and it's like even Anya, Anya, look what she did. And then look what she's going to do in the next episode too. Pay attention to that. All these empowered women that don't need no man. Anya, to her credit, made the dude tsundere. How often do you see that?
Well, you got Vegeta.
Damien. Sure. But that's Bulma. Bulma will turn any man tsundere. Except for Yamcha. It's just sad.
Yeah.
Poor Yamcha. See, I know DBZ.
He could have had the richest woman in the world, but nope, couldn't keep it in his pants. Whatever.
But yeah. But yeah, it was like that too. But I don't know. And then it came out, and what's interesting enough too is that a lot of people said, the guy on our Discord too said that he's all like, "Fuck Yor, I'm all about Shikimori, much more better character." And now that we're approaching the end of the season, people are talking about Yor, not really talking about Shikimori. And remember, they were all saying that Shikimori was supposed to take over for Marin at the end of Dress Up Darling.
Right.
And now it's like no one really is even talking about Shikimori.
No, not really.
So everything is Yor. All the fan art is Yor. Everything is Spy Family. Hell, they even put Twilight. They put Lloyd in a dress more often. So,
speaking of Yor really quick.
Yes.
Can I talk about how big of a failure it was for her teaching Anya how to throw a dodgeball, but not actually teach her how to throw?
Sure.
Like, you showed her how to do a super killer move. The right posture, how to, twist your hips, but you didn't teach her how to actually throw the ball, which is why I went to the ground and failed everybody, and why she thinks your teachings are useless.
So I'm gonna be that guy.
Now I'm not saying it wasn't great that she did all this. It was still pretty cool, but man, you could have at least shown her when to release the ball. Like, not when it's facing the ground. Like, when it's up here, let go.
I liked when the boys were training and they actually gave you a shout out to the Dragon Ball Z field.
Yes.
So it was like, there's one for Roman.
I don't think I didn't notice. I was like, is that Namek?
Yeah,
that's Namek. He's stopping Frieza's death ball. That was great.
And so, yeah, I hate to be that guy because you were just saying how much you hate the manga spoiler guys, but I did show you Nightfall versus Yor.
Yeah.
And so you kind of, how can I put this? Not really her ineptness. I guess you could say her obliviousness to it. And she goes, it's because I always used to play ball with my little brother. And it was like when she can't swing a tennis racket. And so it's like you in my opinion, you learn about that. She has all the best intentions, but because her interactions with other people and teaching and learning was all done through Yuri, she comes up short. She teaches the concepts. She knows power and core, but when it comes to actual execution, well, she executes, literally.
Yeah.
And that's why Anya can throw a ball. Yeah.
To the ground. That was basically all I wanted to say. Was you did a good job showing her how, like, all the necessary steps.
Yeah.
But you failed on the release.
Yeah.
Like, that should have been number one. Here's when you let go of the ball. Now let's focus on the actual technique and what you need to do and how to set your feet, how to twist your waist.
Yeah.
All of that. Now, but I don't know. Lloyd should have stepped in at some point. I know he said in the episode, I said I'd leave this to Yor, but I mean, he probably should have been paying attention a little more with the actual ball throwing. Like, Yor knows how to do it because she's tossing killer balls.
Yeah.
But she didn't teach Anya when to release.
I love the power difference, the power discrepancy that they use with Yor. It's great. It's like sometimes she can just break trees with a rubber ball. Other times she can just literally just kick a car.
Yeah.
Just kick a goddamn car. Other times she can throw a jetpack or mech suit into a car and basically cut it in half. But she can't cook. So, and then I think I shared that meme too. So the same week that they announced the Street Fighter 6 was when she did the wake up Shoryuken on Yuri. And I was like, yo, I know we're talking about Street Fighter, but did my girl Yor just hit Yuri with that wake up dragon punch? When he was all like, I don't believe you're married. I'm a giant cuck. Make out with my sister so I believe you. And then he's like, wait a minute, I regret everything. And then she just kind of hit him with that Shoryuken.
Yeah.
Sent his ass to the wall. Oh, man.
Which is another thing I've noticed about not just this, but other anime as well. What is it with people always trying to make others prove that they're a couple? Like, I don't need to prove anything to you.
This my boy, Ishigami, what a man of culture and taste.
Yeah.
So, I'm afraid our guy won't like her. Sorry, that looks a little bit bigger than an A cup.
Yeah.
So, prove it.
Like, I've seen that in more than one anime or manga where they're like, well, prove that you're this. Kiss, do this, blah, blah. It's like, I don't need to prove anything to you. Like, they even did that in 100 Girlfriends. The two guys from the pool. When he was saying that they were both of them were his girlfriends, and they said to prove it. He had the right idea by saying, I don't need to prove anything, but the girls, kissed him, so.
Made out, yeah.
But I'm always like, what? I don't need to prove anything to you. Shut up. Get out of here.
It's Morbin time. Yeah, I don't know either. I don't know why that's a thing. Like I said, it's very Siegfried and Kriemhild. to TJ Miyuki. More great animation, Disney needs to be taking notes, or else they're gonna start losing, man. I'm asking my friends too. It's all like, when I do these Disney to anime comparisons, why does it feel like I'm punching down now? I don't know. But anyways, that's neither here nor there. I mean, it's Kensho Ono, man. He doesn't want to feel betrayed. He doesn't want to lose. Yeah.
Also, at this moment, I don't like Yuri.
Yeah, no, you're not supposed to. Even I was just like, what, he's a giant bitch. When I first got introduced. But there's a moment where you kind of learn his earnestness. And, you kind of got a glimpse of him when he was interrogating Homeboy there. About how capable he is at his job. So it is interesting that, both of the Briars are very good at their jobs. Yeah. And I think that they really wanted to illustrate that. But there is a moment where he's put into a comparable situation regarding family. And that's kind of where I was like, all right, he's really not that much of a dickhead. But the Siscon thing is pretty cringingly funny to me. I don't know why. I just think it's funny. Okay. And I was telling my friend too. I was like, "Don't you like Wincest?" This is the guy that watched what's the name of that show? The Sora, whatever, Ozora no Sora or whatever.
Yosuga no Sora.
Yosuga no Sora. Thank you.
I watched that too.
Yeah, Wincest. But yeah, no NTRing though, like Shikimori. So.
Yeah, none of that.
But yeah, no. Unlike Shikimori, I'm glad they did the castle scene with Lloyd, so that we can establish that our main character is not just a moron. He's actually is a capable spy. Like, you're into that nickname. And you know that the headmaster, the elegant guy,
Yeah.
same voice actor as Yagyu in FGO, Jubei.
Oh, that's why he sounded familiar.
Yeah, and it was his birthday a couple weeks ago. So I hope you wished him a happy, elegant birthday.
I didn't even know. So
Yeah.
sorry.
Yeah, it was very, very elegant. My elegant boy. So I was like, his English is actually pretty good. I ain't even mad.
Is it?
I think so. But
Well, all I can gather is the elegant lines. So I mean, I haven't heard him speak full sentences in English, so I don't know.
my elegant boy. Yeah, man. Yeah. There's I was flipping through the manga. And I don't know if they're gonna do this. Maybe it might be a Blu-ray extra or a post-credits extra or something. But I hope they animate the part where Yor gets shot in the butt.
Oh God!
Or she gets shot in the ass.
I was watching a video the other day of this guy's top 10 scenes he can't wait to see in the anime, and that was his number one scene. Yor getting shot in the butt. And he was like, I've talked about this multiple times in many videos, and I know you guys are sick of it, so I'm not getting into it. But I want to see this animated. I want to see her get shot in the butt.
Again, if there's anybody that can pull this off, it's Hayami Sawari. She's done it. She's done these characters. Especially when you look at somebody I keep comparing her to Visha from Tanya,
Right.
Where it's kind of like someone who's kind of a dork but also very capable, and that's kind of like the same vibe I'm getting off Yor, because I can't really tell she's Melchilus, can't really say she's Jabami from Kakigurui, can't really say she's Martha, can't really say she's Shinobu. Shinobu's more Yandere, more leaning towards Yan. That and Shinobu was giving Kanao that evil treatment, man. She's so jealous. But yeah, we're going through that. I was like, oh yeah, no, she needs to get shot in the butt. So I'm assuming then you know the context of that whole part. Then that whole.
No, he didn't go into it.
Okay.
He just said he wanted to see it animated. That's his number one scene he wants animated. And I was like, okay, well, that's all I need to hear. I don't need to get into what's actually going on with that until they possibly animate it. Also, how long is this? You said it was 24 last time, right?
Correct.
Everything I've seen saying it's 12. Are they doing one half this season and then skipping and going on to another season and doing the other 12?
To my knowledge, I thought it was going to be nonstop.
Because I know on the website I go to that you gave me a link to, it says it's at episode 10 out of 12.
Yes. Oh, split. It is split. Okay.
Okay.
So they're already made, but it looks like split.
All right, cool.
Okay.
It says April. First core April 2nd? It doesn't say.
Doesn't say.
So I'm going to assume maybe October? Give it a season?
Yeah. Fall. Yeah.
Yeah, so
Fall.
October, okay. Gonna be a lot of stuff coming out in fall. If I remember correctly.
Anime general election. Okay. Yeah, fall. October. So yeah. 13.
Oh, okay, so there's gonna be 25 episodes total?
Theme childcare. Oh my god.
How not to take care of a child.
Oh man.
Do not leave her in the house by herself while you go shopping.
Have your assassin not wife just take care of her and babysit.
Yeah. Wow.
Spy Family.
Second part of Spy Family. Yeah.
The fact that it's already ranked popularity.
The second
The
part.
second part, yeah. So let me. Now I want to see what they have it listed as. Right, anime corner, my anime list.
My anime list.
244,000 votes, bro. Number 11. Wow. Damn. And then what's so funny is that, again, I'm telling everyone, it's like, you should really go watch Vinland Saga. Oh, and I watched The Northman. Northman was actually pretty dope.
Yeah.
I'm very glad that I ate steak while watching it, because that's the only appropriate, is just eat meat while watching a Viking movie.
Okay.
Which is more like, not Hamlet, it's more Hamlet. But they paid a lot of homage and a lot of respect to Norse mythology and all of that. Odin, Valkyries, Valhalla, all of that.
Yeah.
The magic shrooms and all of that. So,
they're berserkers.
yes, literally berserkers.
Yeah.
They howled at the moon. They wore their wolf skins. Yeah, it was dope. It was dope.
Nice.
But at the same time too, it's all like very violent, very hashtag Me Too.
Oh, they have that in there too.
Yeah, well, in what the allegations, I should say, but actually doing it, but they don't show anything. But it's got a little bit of everything. Let's say that. It is, and it's very, and then of course that upset a lot of people too, because they were like, "Why you got that?" And it's like, because that's what happened. It's historical. Raping and pillaging literally happened. It was part of warfare.
Yeah.
You
can't just ignore it.
Yeah. How did you tell your civilization back then? How about not losing? How's that sound?
Don't suck.
Yeah,
Battle.
then you won't lose. But yeah. So but yeah. So Wit Studio. So yeah, there it is. Attack on Titan.
Well, all the way up until the final
Vinland
saga. What else we got here?
Great Pretender.
Oh yeah.
Oh well, they did Osama ranking. Oh, that's why. This is on my list. I want to watch this. Oh, and they did Fluoride's Eyes. Okay, I know that was super popular. I never watched it though.
Yeah.
Okay, The Mage's Bride.
I've seen that one.
I saw like the first 4 episodes. I need to go back and finish it. Rolling Girls.
I never heard of that one.
I've heard of Rolling Girls. Haven't seen it though. Okay. How far back have they been doing Attack on Titan?
I think they started it.
Okay.
Yeah, they started from the beginning, I think.
They even did a Pokemon movie.
Oh, nice.
Were you watching this one?
No. They're going to be... Let me see. They did one OVA, I think, at a point, and then I think they're just going to start redoing it.
Okay.
Because I saw a trailer for it recently.
Okay.
When does it say? Oh, okay.
Okay. Sorry. What is it?
When does it say it was released? Yeah, September 10th. Yeah, that's when they did the one OVA, and then I think they're gonna redo a whole series soon, but I don't know if it's them or someone else.
So I wonder if WIT is a subsidiary of Production IG, because Production IG, I know they were the ones that did like the very beginning of Attack on Titan.
Right.
So Production IG, and I know them honestly from Ghost in the Shell.
Okay.
So I know that they did Ghost in the Shell like in the 90s, and then they did Standalone Complex, and then they did the Sengoku Basara anime, and then they were like the first ones doing Attack on Titan. So I guess WIT might have been a spinoff from them. Like Cloverworks was a spinoff of A1.
Oh, were they?
Yeah. VVV Florida I song. Was this like an OVA or something, or a promo? And they turned into...
think so.
Okay. And then they decided to turn it into a whole show. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a special.
But yeah. Onipan. A Pokemon... Oh, they did Pokemon Legends.
Oh, nice.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know these.
They did a shoujo. Hey.
Star Fox Zero.
Cutscenes?
ONA?
Oh, okay. So. Oh, reintroduction. Oh, okay. So for the Wii U, the Star Fox game, they did the opening.
Oh, okay.
So, got it. Okay. Attack Zero. Okay.
What else do we got here?
That's it.
Yeah, nothing else.
All right. So, yeah, now they're doing one of the most popular animes of the season. Hey.
Yep.
Number 11 of all time. Go figure.
Yep.
Wow. So, but yeah. Yor has the best of intentions. She can't do much in terms of athletics for shit. But
right.
She does her best, and that's all that counts. And then, yeah, she gets shot in the ass.
Actually, results count, and she failed.
Just like her cooking.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. She said she couldn't cook anyway. Yeah. So I'm not going to fault her for that. She already said she doesn't cook. But she's good at cleaning. I mean, when she's got to clean up all that blood, I don't doubt that she's good at cleaning up.
So that's pretty much it. We're coming up on our time right now, so that's pretty much it. Unless you had anything else you wanted to go over, or
not so much. There's one other thing, but I don't want to actually bring it up until it's confirmed.
Okay. In that case, I'm going to end it with Aoyuki at age 11 live on the TV comedy show. So this is from 2003.
普通の一人暮らし全部見てますあれですね気にはなります今あそうか一人かいやでも前にみんなハマってたガーフ祭りはどうやああ面白いですね
Smoking inside. Yeah.
あれそれじゃ大変やねんな終わってから頭痛なったりしてたもんズラで1時間半ぐらい船乗りでずっとなってたんですよ
すがちゃんさどうゲレンで何キロ乗ってんの
ああそうですよね
うるせえんだよ目は黙ってろよ
Got really quiet now.
Shut up, no one asked. Busted.
田中あんた結婚祝いあげたっけ
あもうどれぐらいになるんですか
うるさいって言ってんのが聞こえないの
Shut up, you're annoying. Can't stand your voice.
天童出産祝いあげたっけ
何歳になるんですか
うるさいって言ってんのが聞こえないのかなつまんないんだよ前の話は
すいません
松
Sorry.
本売れたら 100% でしょ
どうですか何冊ぐらい出している
うるさいって言ってるのが聞こえないのかなあんたはさ山ちゃんあやっぱいいやなんでもない
Got it. Got them all.
でかい
あいつ何もしてないやん女の子の演技力何もしてないやんダキさんの演技力で言われました女の子に見えてなかった何も言われなかった
Wow.
I hated sticking my fingers. Then I
Me
got
too. All right. So yeah. So I'll leave it at that. So yeah. That was Roman's voice acting waifu, Aoyuki. He loves her so much.
Okay, is that what we're saying?
He's a big fan of Madoka. Loves Madoka. So, but yeah. So, yeah, man. That's all. That's what I got. All I got for you today, man.
Yeah. Good episode, I think.
Yeah. Yeah. I think the next time we come, it'll probably be the end of the season, or let's do the next one is for the end of the season.
Yeah, because there's only 2 episodes for pretty much everything now.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I think next Sunday would be the last episode for, like, Shikimori. Which is pretty much basically everything we've been watching. Shikimori, Kaguya will be on a Friday along with a Heron. Spy Family's on Saturday. So, yeah, everything will end on a weekend. And then we'll probably come back on a Monday, so we'll be able to talk about them.
All right.
Yep.
Let's do it.
And then I guess we can just talk about what we're looking forward to on the next season.
Which I have no idea.
Yeah, I don't know what's coming out.
We'll look at it. We'll look it up. But yeah, for sure.
All right. Well, for those who came by, thanks for stopping by for a bit. It looks like we had a lot more than our first episode that was streamed. So that's good. So yeah, probably be back in another 2 weeks when the season is over to discuss what we thought of the shows we watched. So until then, bye.
Later.